a key skill in life. You are not born knowing how to write. It is a skill that must be learned, developed, and practiced. Writing is not a simple event. It is a dynamic process with many stages. You must work through each stage to create writing that is worth reading. The first step in the writing process is planning. You must know your topic. What are you going to write about? For a paragraph, you have one topic. It can't be too broad or too narrow in scope. You must also know your audience. Are you writing for second graders or 12th graders? For your principal or the President of the United States? Your topic and audience determine the style and tone of your paper. It is crucial that you know why you are writing: to persuade, to inform, to entertain, to describe, or something else. All of these decisions are made in the planning stage. The second step in the writing process is pre-writing. Many students want to jump right into writing before they have thought about what they are going to write. This is like driving on a trip without a map or directions. The likelihood of getting lost is high. There are many ways to pre-write, such as brainstorm, free write, create a web, or discuss ideas with a friend. The type of pre-writing is not important. The key part is that you think before you start. The third stage is the writing or composing stage. This is when you write the first draft of your paper. Many students erroneously think this is the same as the final draft, but this couldn't be farther from the truth. Many students also believe that this draft must be as error-free as possible, but that is also incorrect. Many students put too much pressure on themselves during this stage. They think they must come up with a great opening sentence or the perfect word or correct punctuation. In reality, the important part of this stage is to get your thoughts onto the paper in sentence or paragraph form. The real work begins in the fourth stage, revising. Revising is when you look closely at each sentence and ask yourself a series of questions. You cannot skip this step, and it is usually the most time-consuming part of the process. Look at each sentence. Do the lengths vary, or are all the sentences about the same? Look at how each sentence begins. Did you use the same word? Then change one. Look at the supporting details. Do you have enough evidence or enough description for your audience to understand the event? Does the writing flow? Does each sentence lead into the next? These are all critical questions that must be addressed during the revising stage. Next, it's time to get some feedback. The easiest people to ask are other students in your class. There are several ways to peer edit. One way is to work in groups of 4. Have one student read his or her paper, and then each person gives feedback. Another way is to work with one partner. You can trade papers and then highlight areas that need improving. The key in this stage is not to write on someone else's paper. The author of the paper should be the only one who makes changes or improvements. This is the most vulnerable step in the writing process, since you are opening yourself up to criticism and possible negative feedback. It's a great sign of maturity when you learn to work with others and allow yourself to be a teachable student. Only 2 more steps and you have completed the process. This next step is my favorite, but it is usually students' least favorite. This is the time to edit, when you look at all the little pieces to make sure each word, each punctuation mark, is exactly in the right place. Are all the apostrophes correct? Are the margins 1 inch on every side? Are all proper nouns capitalized? This is your last read-through to make sure the verb tense is consistent, that the subjects and verbs agree, and each word is used correctly. Always read your paper out loud before considering it finished. You'll be surprised at how easy it is to make simple errors. Lastly, you need to publish your writing. In today's world of technology, your teacher may have a paperless system. This means you'll submit your writing via Blackboard or Turnitin.com or some other web tool. If not, you should print out 2 copies of every paper. Writing is a dynamic process that can be exciting and enlightening if done in a thoughtful way. Writing must be practiced, and it is not done in isolation. Choose good topics, write mini drafts, pay attention to small details, get feedback, and check your work thoroughly. If you follow each step, you might just surprise yourself with a solid piece of excellent, dynamic writing.